Cardinal Hardware is your complete lumber yard with reasonable prices and outstanding service. When you need hardware or lumber, think of Cardinal Hardware. When you need great accommodations that feel like home, think of Oil Patch Motel in Eunice. Cardinal Hardware and Oil Patch Motel in Eunice, another proud sponsor of all Lee County sports and academics.
Eunice Public Schools is proud of their Eunice Cardinals, the Eunice community, and the staff of Eunice Schools. Eunice Public Schools has anchored itself as an integral part of the Eunice community and takes school safety very seriously. Eunice Schools have continually provided a quality education for the students of Eunice through good times and bad. The Eunice School District appreciates the Eunice community, and they're proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Eunice is on the move. Are you ready?
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in well sick care for all ages, well women's exams, physicals, health education, of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards! Are you looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto shop? Check out Zia Auto Shop in Eunice. Zia Auto Shop specializes in lube and tires and accessories. They accept fleet company maintenance cards and do washing and detailing. Next time you need a dependable tire or lube service for your vehicle, Zia Auto Shop has you covered. All the services you need, call 394-0298 for all your lube, tire, and accessories. That's 394-0298. Zia Auto Shop, 1800 Main Street in Eunice, proud supporters of the Eunice Cardinals and Lady Cardinals. Are you looking for...
Cardinal Hardware is your complete lumber yard with reasonable prices and outstanding service. When you need hardware or lumber, think of Cardinal Hardware. When you need great accommodations that feel like home, think of Oil Patch Motel in Eunice. Cardinal Hardware and Oil Patch Motel in Eunice, another proud sponsor of all Lee County sports and academics.
The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in well sick care for all ages, well women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards!
Eunice Public Schools is proud of their Eunice Cardinals, the Eunice community, and the staff of Eunice Schools. Eunice Public Schools has anchored itself as an integral part of the Eunice community and takes school safety very seriously. Eunice Schools have continually provided a quality education for the students of Eunice through good times and bad. The Eunice School District appreciates the Eunice community, and they're proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Eunice is on the move. Are you ready?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Steve Mueller here with Judge Jimmy Jones as we're getting ready to bring you the broadcast between the Tatum Coyotes and the visiting Eunice Cardinals here in league action. And we just had a big upset earlier this afternoon as the Tatum Coyotes beat the previously undefeated Eunice JV team 2 straight sets. And Judge, what do you think?
Yeah, we looked a little flat. Tatum came out and took care of business and handed our JV team their first loss of the year in a 2-0, 2 sets to 0. So, you know, the last time Tatum and Eunice faced each other, our JV came out with a 2-0 win. Had only lost 1 set all year, and that was to Clovis JV. And tonight, or this afternoon, they kind of got it handed to them.
Yeah, it's a shame. I mean, they're still gonna be leading the league, and there's not a playoff for the JVs, but still, it didn't look like the same team. I have to agree with you, as they lost 25-21 in the first set, and lost 25-15 in the second set, and it was close at the beginning of the first set, but then the Coyotes just continued to pile it on, and the Cardinals couldn't answer.
Yeah, and at the end of both sets, the Cardinals came crawling back into it, and at one point, they had a 23, I believe 23-20, 23-19, then in that first set, and then Tatum got 24, and that 24, Eunice ended up scoring a couple more and just couldn't hang on, and so second set was kind of similar. It just, like I said, as a whole, I saw a lot of things that they haven't done this year. A lot of mistakes, a lot of, hitting the ball into the net, two people running into each other, all that sort of stuff. So they just struggled a little bit, but, I guess in life and in sports, that happens sometimes, and they didn't look like themselves. They'll shake it off and come back, I guess, Saturday?
Yeah, over in Dexter on Saturday. Well, this should be a good game. I was talking about the varsity tonight. Is the last time these two teams met down in Eunice went 5 sets, and in the first set, the Lady Cardinals did not lead until it was 25-24. They tied it at 24, and then went on to get the next 2 points to win that first set. But it was a pitch battle the whole way. I think the third or the fifth set was the only one where they really kind of asserted themselves, and they won by 6 or 7, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that's right. The first set was 26-24. Second was 25-18. Third one was 25-13 for Tatum. Fourth one, 25-19 for Tatum. And then that last one was 15-7 in favor of the Lady Cardinals. So anyway, they just, I'm hoping that our varsity team gets it together and comes out here and takes care of business this evening. While we've got a minute, we're talking about some of this stuff. I did some research today, just kind of trying to dig into some of our old teams, and I noticed that only 2 teams from Eunice have ever made the state championship game in volleyball. One of those won it all in 1996. That team went 22-2. Coach Robbie Robinson, I believe that was her first year coaching here. She had taken over for Coach Brenda Wilson, who's now the athletic director in Hobbs. Coach Wilson had been the coach. Coach Robinson come in and took over that year and took over coaching duties because Miss Wilson had twins, Tanner and Tyler. And so Coach Robinson come in, take over. That year they went and won a state championship and had a 22-2 season. That group of young ladies included some parents of some people that are around this area: Tara Rhodes, Kara Lawson, Carmen Contreras, Karina Contreras, Ruby Ramos, Gentry Pierce, Holly Freeman, Danielle Danford. We had Miss Payne was on that team. And I know I'm missing a couple. I was trying to look at some of these lists that people had sent me today. Those names that I just spit out were all off my memory. But Coach Gabe Gaetan was an assistant on that team who's still around Eunice. And so, anyway, pretty interesting deal. It's not been very many years that Eunice had that type of success. They had one other time where they made the state championship game, and my daughter was a part of that team. And that was in 2014-15. It's the 2015 year. That group consisted of Emily Whitmire, which is one of our sponsors down at Zia Auto, Bailey Kimball, Araya Mendoza, who just won herself a national championship in Division II basketball, Chantel Orozco, Angelica Fairbrush, Haley Brito, Dominique Gonzalez, Kyla Colburn, Malie Vinson, Ide Frazier, which is the older sister of Arissa Frazier that's playing on this team, Kennedy Caperton, Clarissa Fight, Jada Jones, my older daughter, and Thais Lozano. That group got beat by Texaco in the championship game up at the Santa Ana Star Center back in the 2014-15 season. So anyway, I thought that was some interesting history of Eunice Volleyball.
Well, the varsity team is looking fairly good, so maybe we'll get another run at it this season. You want to talk about who we have playing for the teams tonight?
Yeah, so the Lady Cards will have number 1, Kiki Parker. She's a sophomore. Number 2, Arissa Frazier, the senior. Number 3, Faith Hobbs, also a senior. Number 4, Denise Rangel, she's a junior. Number 6, Isabella Garrett. She's a sophomore. I was thinking she was a junior, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I've got her down as a junior in mine.
Yeah, number 8, Clarissa Patron, who's a senior. Number 15, Yolanda Granados. Number 23, Caitlin Gallant, who is a sophomore. And number 0, the libero, Kendra Caballero. The Lady Cardinals are coached by Robbie Robinson and Misty Heiner. They are 6-2 on the season with wins over Tatum, which is who we play today. Took them 5 sets, but they did win against Tatum. They beat Dexter. They beat Loving twice, Jow and Lovington. Their losses are to Hagerman and Carlsbad. For the Lady Cowts, they've got number 3, Denny Weir. Number 4, Veronica Sanchez. Number 5, Corty Weir. Number 8, Ashlyn Slover. Number 9, Sierra Jimenez. Number 10, Valeria Mariscal. Number 11, Kylie West. Number 14, Cayenne Combs. And number 18, Tommy Weir. And they are coached by Coach Kelly West. They're 3-3 on the year, with their losses coming twice to Hagerman and 1 time to Eunice. So it should be an interesting evening.
Yeah, they beat Jowl 3 sets, and then they played Loving twice and beat them in 3 straight sets also. But let's hope that tonight's game gets off to a little better and that we win the first couple of sets, as opposed to when they were visiting us a couple of weeks ago down in Eunice.
Yeah, and interesting thing tonight is everybody's in black. So although I guess in this type of sport everybody stays on their side of the net, so it's not quite so confusing. It might be a little confusing for me sitting up here trying to figure out and remember who's what. But with that said, it should be interesting. Looks like we're really close to getting started, just waiting on the whistle, and here it comes.
All right, there's the first serve of the game. Tatum's going to set it up here to Kylie West. She drops it over, and the first point will go to Tatum Coyotes, and so point and serve over to them.
And Denise Rangel with that first serve made a good serve, but Tatum returned it with a little bump set and spike action, and the first point goes for the Lady Coyotes.
Caballero Granados is going to set up for Gallant. Gallant's in the net, and so she got the ball down, but unfortunately she caught the net too on the follow-through, and so now Tatum leads 2-0.
Yeah, not a good start, not the start we were looking for. Some discussion on the Tatum side about the rotation.
Well, she served before, so she'd have to go back and serve again. She has to. Okay, 18 served that first. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here, but she should be serving again since they won the point. All right, so now we've got Mariscal, and she serves into the net, so it's going to be.
Makes it 2-1 in favor of Tatum, and we have some substitutions. Patron comes in to serve, and Garrett comes in up at that front left spot for her.
So you got, all right, over there set up. It's going to go back to a number 11 again. She gets it back deep. Caballero goes over Frazier, and Gallant goes this time here. They're able to get her served. They go over, and okay. I thought that was 4 times on the side, but okay. And we got a nice rally going here. Spiked in the back row. Caballeros gets it, so Patron's going to go up front, and Hobbs is going to go over with it. And here they serve back behind, and it is out, and so the point and serve will go back to, or will stay with the Cardinals. It's now tied 2-2, and Patron is serving. And Patron almost gets that one drop in, but drops that down, and okay, we had some confusion there on the part of the Cardinals as they watched that ball just drop. At 3 girls looking at it.
Yeah, we had a few girls go at the ball, and nobody called it, and then they all sat around and stared at each other asking who was going to get it. So it's now 3-2. Tatum is in the lead. Tatum serving.
And this is a little like how that first game went when we were up at home, or we were down home. All right, so Combs is going to hit it back over Caballero to Hobbs. And Hobbs tries to get it up over, but hits it into the net, and so point will go with the Coyotes, and it's now 4-2 in favor of the Coyotes. And remember, that first set back at home is that Eunice trailed the entire game until the very end. So Gallant's going to go over there to Garrett, and Garrett doesn't clear the net and into the net, and so it's 5-2 in favor of the Coyotes. We need to get something going here, Coach.
Yeah,
Judge.
We've got to get
Well, you're coach too, so. Well, maybe that's the break we needed as the Coyotes set it into the net. And so the point 5-3 in favor of the Coyotes. Granados was serving there. Here's set, and we got
double hit.
Yep.
Yeah, they double hit there on the set, so that makes it 5-4. Eunice making a little rally here with Granados back to serve.
And Granados, nice little line drive over the net there. And Granados sits there. It's going to Hobbs. Hobbs is going to set over back to Gallant, and this time she gets it up and rolls it back down, and so Gallant gets the kill on that one, and it's 5-all here in the first set.
And Granados will be back to serve again. She's got a nice little rally going here.
All right, here comes the set over. Caballeros is going to Frazier. Frazier's going to go backwards to Gallant, and Gallant is going to hit it about 5 yards deep.
Yeah, 5 yards deep out there on the football field because she knocked it plumb through the back wall. It's now 6-5 in favor of Tatum.
Little jump serve there. We don't see that a whole lot at this level of volleyball. And Garrett and Granados kind of get confused there, and Garrett's trying to help and gets her arm in the way, and so the ball goes out of bounds, 7-5 in favor of the Coyotes.
Yeah, we've seen that. We saw it in the JV game. Just a lot of kind of miscommunication on behalf of Eunice tonight.
And here's this Kyler West. She got a little jump serve there for that Caballeros, and West is there. Now they're going to set it up. Oh, and Caballero can't get it there, and so nice spike there on the Coyote side, and the Cardinals can't convert.
We kind of saw that same thing again right there. We had Garrett and Granados get hung up out here, both trying to go for the same ball. It makes it 8-5 in favor of Tatum.
All right. That was Frazier, that one, so now it's Hobbs gets it, so we almost get there. Patron and Hobbs in a little confusion, but and they dropped that dead kill there, and West is having a good game here.
Yeah, she looked solid the last time we played them.
Yep. Well, it's funny because she wears that number 11, which is the same as the girl there on Hagerman, who's really a star for them.
Right.
And they get caught out of position there down the line, and it's 10-5 now in favor of the Coyotes, and looks like we're going to have a timeout. And let's talk about the people that make this possible for us. We've got City of Eunice, Eunice Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Cardinal Hardware, Parker Energy, and Z Automotives. Without you folks, these games wouldn't be possible. So we want to thank you for sponsoring these games, allow us to bring you the voice and the video of these games. At least, you know, we're in a green county, so there's fans in the stand.
Yeah, we've got some people here today, so kind of makes it more like sports. So, you know, speaking of folks in the stands, we've got the Parker family sitting just to our right, and we always appreciate all the things that they do for the youth in Eunice, Brett and Penny and their family. So here we go, getting started here,
again, yeah.
5-10.
Hobbs is going to go over to Gallant, and Gallant's blocked there, but they're able to play it off. And that time, they finally put a stop to West run, and it's going to be 10-6 in favor of the Coyotes. And Caballero is going back to serve for Eunice. She has a tendency to put some points together. So let's hope she gets a little run here. Well, that didn't work very long as Ashley Slover just pounds that one down, and point and serve goes back over to the Coyotes. 11-6. Judge, what do you think?
I think we're struggling.
All right, the Patron gets it back over. And there's the set over to Combs, and Combs drops it in. 12-6.
Yeah, it makes it 12-6. Tatum's got quite a run going here again. They've now doubled Eunice up on this first score our first set.
Yeah, this is not what we wanted to see him get out to. So Patron there, she's going to go over to Rangel and Rango to Hobbs. So 8 just goes, Hobbs sets it up, and Rangel's going to go, or no, that's Granados is going to go Rangel. Nice little dig there by Rangel as she comes back and goes over to Frazier. Nice job there by Frazier as she puts that ball back across the net. And that time they didn't check Rangel out of place, and she stayed home and she got it down in, and they're able to keep this rally going. This is the first really rally we've seen this set. And there's Rangel, and they were in the net. So point and serve will go back over to the Cardinals as they trail 12-7 here in the first.
Yeah, we had a good little rally right there, good volley back and forth, but unfortunately we still trail 12-7. So let's see if Arissa Frazier can get us something going.
All right, here comes the set back in. That's number 8, and she just drops it down as Hobbs is up there to try and block her, and she just tips it over to the side, and the ball drops in.
Sometimes I just can't understand exactly the rules, and I know every official does things different, but her hand was clearly on our side of the net.
Yep.
But, like I said, I guess it just depends on which officials you have.
Well, yeah, remember last Saturday.
Yes.
And that time they spiked that in, and that was number 3, Denny Weir, that dropped that one in for a kill.
Yeah, and there wasn't anything that the officials could do on that one. They just slammed it down our throat right there to now lead 14-7.
Yeah, Caballero's going to go up front to Hobbs. Hobbs is going to go over to Kiki Parker, and Parker drops it. Was set back the other way. Play it off the net. Nice save there by Hobbs to get it off the net. And Caballero's back there to keep that one in play. Granados goes in, now back to Caballero's. And here comes Slover again, and Slover drops it down on him again. Boy, between Slover and West, they're just, we're not being able to handle them at all.
It looked like Rangel's face almost bounced off the floor on that one. She kind of did the scorpion there. It's now 15-7 in favor of Tatum here in set number 1. The officials hadn't blown the whistle to allow the serve to start yet, and Tatum decided to get a jump start there.
Yeah, the one lady was still cleaning the ball off.
Right.
Oh, and Granados is not able to handle, so that's an ace on the serve there. She's got hands on it, but she wasn't able to handle it. And 16-7, this is not looking good.
Yeah, Eunice is struggling here today.
Here comes Combs' serve again. This time we were able to handle the serve. It's going to go off to Parker. And Parker goes over to West on the other team. And who do we see here? Nice block there by Parker.
Yeah.
And so puts the ball back down, and they hit it out of bounds. So the serve and point goes back over the Cardinals as it's 16-8.
Yeah, Kiki Parker went up and got a really nice block right there. She blocked it right down into the Tatum front line, and they hit it out of bounds.
And Parker does it again. This time Parker playing up against Slover, and Slover's done some damage, but Parker's put it back in her face twice now.
Yeah, that gets us back within 7 here with Faith Hobbs back to serve.
So maybe we've got a good matchup going there between Parker and Slover. And they're the same thing. So that time it's Jimenez that tries to get it, and Granados puts it back on her.
Yeah, Jimenez from Tatum tried to get it over, and we got it back down on our side. So that makes it 10-16.
West is going to go over there to, and that time Denny Weir, she just drops it in where nobody is, and point and serves goes back over to the Cardinals.
So Tatum will have a substitution coming in here, and Eunice trails now 10-17 here in set number 1, and it looks like we're going to take a timeout to talk about it.
Well, let's hear from one of the people that make these broadcasts possible.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County Athletics.
Are you looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto shop? Check out Zia Auto Shop in Eunice. Zia Auto Shop specializes in lube and tires and accessories. They accept fleet company maintenance cards and do washing and detailing. Next time you need a dependable tire or lube service for your vehicle, Zia Auto Shop has you covered. All the services you need, call 394.
All right, we're back to live action here. Apologize for Zia. And the serve there, it's going to go up. Granados is going to set. Oh, next, going back to Caballero there. And she hits it long, and it's now 18-10. So after the Cardinals had made a little bit run to close this down to 7 points, or 6 points actually, it's back up to an 8-point lead.
Yeah, now they're pushing it and trying to stretch it back out again. Eunice needs to get a stop here. Uh-oh.
And that one there, that was Frazier who hits it over in the bench, and so 19-10 here in the first set.
Yeah, the JV and the varsity so far just have not looked like themselves today.
All right, there's Hobbs Granados going over there, and so it's going to be, all right, Frazier decides to take that one. And here's the set over to West. And West, for a change, makes some mistakes and hits it out of bounds. So we'll take the, well, it must be in the net.
Oh,
Then they must call it in the net because it's 20, or double hits because it's 20-10.
yeah. Uh-oh. And Tatum hit that ball into the net, but the officials have blown the whistle and called us on a rotation violation, so that makes it 21-10.
Wow, we can't get any break tonight.
No.
All right, down by 11 here in the first set, and Frazier goes over there. Caballero let it go by, thinking it was going to be out. Frazier tries to save it, and 22-10. And again, a couple of those girls on the Coyote side that jump serve. Here comes West again, and West hits it down and in. Robbie's sitting there going, yeah, it was good. 23-10. And Slover's back serving, so she's been good from the service line. And that one is in, too, as she gets an ace, as it's Hobbs is not able to get over there and handle it. All right, we got set point here, 24-10. And Slover has been damaging to us tonight. Okay, here comes over for West.
She's in the net.
And West is in the net that time, so get a break there, 24-11, but it is still set point. So Hobbs has got to serve, let's see, 15 straight points.
Yeah, Rangel needs to put a run here together.
All right, here comes West again. And this time she drops it down, and there is the set. And so at the end of the first set, it is 11-25 in favor of the Coyotes. Let's hear some more of our sponsors.
Are you looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto shop? Check out Zia Auto Shop in Eunice. Zia Auto Shop specializes in lube and tires and accessories. They accept fleet company maintenance cards and do washing and detailing. Next time you need a dependable tire or lube service for your vehicle, Zia Auto Shop has you covered. All the services you need, call 394-0298 for all your lube, tire, and accessories. That's 394-0298. Zia Auto Shop, 1800 Main Street in Eunice, proud supporters of the Eunice Cardinals and Lady Cardinals.
Cardinal Hardware is your complete lumber yard with reasonable prices and outstanding service. When you need hardware or lumber, think of Cardinal Hardware. When you need great accommodations that feel like home, think of Oil Patch Motel in Eunice. Cardinal Hardware and Oil Patch Motel in Eunice, another proud sponsor of all Lee County sports and academics.
The Eunice.
All right, we're back to live action here as the Coyotes will serve this time. And tell me where is serving for now for the Coyotes.
Yeah, we struggled in that first set. I believe that's our probably worst loss of the season at 25-11 there in set number 1. So here we go. We'll see if set number 2 can look a little better.
And here comes over to Parker. And Parker drops it down. That time, instead of powering it, she used a little finesse, and they get their first point and serve.
Yeah, that was an interesting one there because her feet were definitely 6 inches or so over the line, but
she had a
I
problem
thought
with that
they were going to
evening.
call it, and they didn't. So it's a good thing for Eunice. We now lead 1-0.
And we got Rangel serving. Here's West there, and West hits it to Gallant, and Gallant is there to block, but unfortunately the ball stays on our side. So serving point goes back over to the Coyotes.
Yeah, it kind of looked like she went up and just caught it against the net.
Yep.
And then held it there like a loaf of bread or something. So it's now 1-1, and Tatum will be back to serve here now in set number 2.
And this is Corty Weir serving now. So there's 3 Weirs on this roster, and I'm assuming that they're all related. And that was Combs back there. Caballeros gets that. She's going to go over to to Gallant. And Gallant just pops it over. Here comes West again. And West is smart that time. She sees a bunch of Cardinals, and so she pulls off the net and just bumps it over. So here they're setting West again. And Caballero's there to handle it. She goes across to Parker, and Parker drives it deep, but they're able to keep it in play. And we got a little rally going here. Frazier back there to Hobbs. Here's Hobbs back over to Parker. I think Parker's a little, nice one there by Hobbs, as Granados is going to set Parker again. And this time Parker just dinks it in and gets the point. So when she's tried to drive it, she hasn't got anything. When she dinks it, she gets it to drop.
Yeah, she drove those first 3 right into the back of the defense. The defense was able to return them. And that last one, she just found the open space and hit it right into the open space to give Eunice now a 2-1 lead here in set number 2.
We've got some substitution. Patron is serving, and Garrett is back in the lineup. And here comes Combs, and Combs gets a kill there. And so the serving point goes right back over to the Coyotes.
Yeah, that now makes it 2-2. So we've tied it up again, and Miss West will be back to serve, the jump serve.
Yeah, she has a heck of a serve, and they had some problems with it the first time. Okay, here's Granados over to Garrett. And, oh, wow, and Garrett there. So nice little hustle there by the Lady Cardinals as they keep that one in play. And Gallant is up there to block it, and they just hit it to the side of her, and there's nobody there to cover it. So she's at the net, and they're not backing her up.
Yeah, the young lady from Tatum went up and just found a space right around her to drop it down the side of the net.
Well, no, we're at. Here's the same thing, and they do the same thing again. That is Slover, who just dinks it over the side. They've got 2 girls up the block, and Slover puts it where they're not.
Yeah, and it looks like Eunice wants to take the time out and talk about this with Tatum leading 2-4. While we've got a minute, we'll go ahead and recognize our sponsors. Parker Energy, Brett and Penny Parker, we appreciate all that you guys do. The Eunice Health Clinic, Leanne Reeves, Elma Romero, Aaron Pascal, Nikki Blevins, Brian Henning, and I'm sure I'm missing a few, but I'll try to recognize all you guys. Thank you for all that you do. The Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, Chris Myers, Ashley Davis, Miss Ortega, and I know that group is all down at, I believe it like Bristol, Connecticut or something, doing some race car driving right now. So anyway, pretty neat deal for them. The City of Eunice, Eunice Pump and Supply, Becky Novelmeyer and staff, Zia Otto, the Whitmire family. Thank you guys for everything. Eunice trails here 4-2 in set number 2, and here comes West with the serve.
Patron gets it there, and she's able to get back Garrett. They saves it off the net. Well, the nice thing is that Slover gets it up, and Garrett's there to block it, but her hit goes out of bounds, and so the point stays with the Coyotes. Now it's at 5-2.
Yeah, Garrett got up and put a nice block on the ball, but unfortunately for Eunice, it landed out of bounds.
And Hobbs tries to get that serve there, but it hits it right back in the net. I'd actually give her a kill or an ace for that one.
It's now 6-2, and Miss West and the jump serve is coming again.
She has a heck of a serve. It gets a lot on it, and it's a low line drive, and they've had some real problems. And there again is Hobbs hits it out of bounds, and 7-2, and this is looking exactly like the first set.
As she hits this ball over the net, it's got a ton of spin on it, and you can see the ball moving in the air. So she's got a good serve.
Okay, so they said that one was out too. So Garrett gets that one, and it's out of bounds also, 8-2. And Hobbs tries to get the serve, and she can't. It hits it out of bounds, and so the West has got a great. This jump serve of hers, she gets a lot on it, a lot of spin, and Hobbs is not able. sorry. Eunice is not able to handle it. We also almost had some confusion there. And here's Slover again. And Slover hits it off of Garrett. Garrett hits the ball out of bounds. Hobbs tries to save it, but not capable.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Eunice, they finally handled the serve and got a nice return, but then Tatum put it right back in their face on the next time over.
Yep. Yeah, Slover and West have really done damage, and so Granados gets that one, and she hits it out of bounds. So they got a good set for Granados, and she goes wide left with it. I mean, with Gallant.
Yeah, it's now 11-2.
All right, there's Garrett going to go over, and to Granados is going to put it over this time. And here's that to Slover, and Slover pounds it down again.
Yeah, that makes it 12-2 in favor of Tatum, and West is still back. We're just
10
having
straight points.
Yeah, we're just having a tough time getting a good pass on this first touch off that West serve.
And when we do, Slover gets up there and just makes them pay for it. So Slover and West have just been killing us, and there we got another one where we get a little bit of a rally going and we hit the ball out of bounds, so another unforced error. And so West has served for 11 straight points now. And there's another one, that high-powered serve, and Hobbs tries to go, but it goes wide and long to the other side. And we've got another break in the action as the Cardinals are calling another timeout.
Yeah, it's now 14-2 in favor of Tatum, and we take a timeout here in set number 2.
Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide. They specialize in sick care for all ages, women's exams, physicals, health education, lab tests, and diagnostic studies. They're proud supporters of athletic and academic events. The Eunice Health Clinic is proud to back the Cardinals. Go Cards!
All right, back to live action here. Jimmy Jones and I are here bringing you the broadcast tonight from the Tatum Coyote Gym. And we've just been having troubles with that serve, so to get Gallant up to the net, and that time they spike it back over. She's able to get it back up. Patron goes, and Gallant again. All right, here comes the set. And Granados, and let's see if Garrett can get it over there. So we've got a bit. And, that one there, they kind of helped us out. That was a little long. And here's Slover again. So this is the first real rally we've seen in this set.
Well, that'll end up being a point for Eunice there. Gallant goes up and powers it off the Tatum defense. Ball lands out of bounds, gives Eunice a point. That's 14-3 here in set number 2. Eunice trails 1-0 with Granados back to serve.
And Granados, Weir, there's Slover again. And Slover does it to us again as we go up for the spike. And Slover just hits it over to the side. And they've got her number at the net.
Yeah, can you hear me on your end, do you?
Yep.
Okay, my headset went dead at some point over there, and so I'm not sure what caused that, but, there we go. I heard it again for a minute.
All right. So every time we get a good set over there in the set and we come up to block, and if it's not West, it's Slover. Here's Slover again. And that time they were able to recover it, and Hobbs goes, and actually West just kind of helped us out there. Here's Slover at the net. She dinks it down. Garrett, and so bad communication there on the Cardinals, which they don't need, is Gallant is pulling back away as Garrett is trying to set her up.
Yeah, they just don't look like themselves tonight.
16-3. Yeah.
Credit Tatum.
Yep. So here's Hobbs. And it's going to be out of bounds on the second one there. And we're not getting any. I mean, we're barely even getting 3 hits on this.
Yeah, we're struggling for sure. But here we go. Tatum back to serve with a 3-17 lead here in set number 2.
All right. So Hobbs is going back. Caballeros is back deep. I mean, that's bad when you got your the third ball is from deep in the court. And Garrett goes there, and Caballeros tries and doesn't get it. 18-3. And this is literally the worst set and the worst thing we've seen them play all day. I mean, I didn't see the Clovis game, but it wasn't even this bad, I don't think.
Oh, no. No, it was competitive. All
right, Hobbs is going to go over to Gallant. Gallant just pumps it over this time. And here comes Set Slover again. And she hits it off of Gallant's arms and out of bounds. And so point goes over to Tatum.
Yeah, that's 19-3, and Eunice is just not quite on their game. Jimenez from Tatum is back to serve again here.
Caballeros, there's Hobbs going to go over, and she's going to Garrett. Maybe go the other way because they've been having. And that time, Slover tries to get a dink in, and so Gallant learned that time and stepped back from it. And was able to put it just back over the fence out of their reach. And boy, we needed it. That.
Yeah, Caballero back to serve. Eunice trailing 19-4 here in set number 2.
And that one there is
in the net.
Combs was in the net that time, so helped us out there because she had it buried down, but she was in the net.
Caballero back to serve again. Eunice trails 19-5.
Set and they go. So this time Slover's over and she bends it back. Oh, hey, so Hobbs recovered there, and a nice one, and puts it right back at Slover.
Almost looked like she caught it and threw it back over, but fortunately nothing was called.
Yep. That time Granados was backing Garrett up, and so what Slover's been able to do is she couldn't do that time. Here comes another one. And so Garrett's at the net. Slover hits it into Garrett, and 20-5.
Yeah, it's we just haven't been able to get anything going. I mean, this is not the same Lady Cardinal volleyball team that we've watched all season.
All right, here's the serve. Patron's over there, Caballero. And Hobbs is there. All right, got a little rally going here. Here comes Slover again. The deflection, but Caballeros is there, and so this is Rangel's going to put it over. And here comes Slover again, and can't do anything with it. She pounds it down 21-5.
Yeah, 21-5 here in set number 2. Eunice already trails 1-0 after losing that first set 25-11.
All right, here. And Garnett Garrett puts it over, and here's Slover again. And Slover tries to dink it. This time here is Granados is able to get back in there and cover it. So Hobbs is going to set Garrett, or no, go across to Rangel, not. And we got enough sense, so Slover back. All right, they're going to set Garrett. And this time there, Garrett is able to pound it off of their hands and get the point.
Yeah, that'll make it 21-6. And Eunice is at least trying to make this second set competitive here. So I like the fire that they've had the last few points. It looks like we're back at least battling.
Yeah, and Frazier's in to serve now. And then they set Slover again. Boy, I tell you, the sets for Slover and West on the other side are getting a lot of opportunities. Rangel got that one off of her, so we were able to keep that in play. And here comes Slover again. All right, now Slover was not only into the net, over the net, but her arm was on the net, and there's no call.
Yeah, like I said, it's amazing the differences in officials, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with what this group's doing, but it is completely different from one game to the next. Yep. How they call that stuff.
And so Parker that time just dunks it in and is able to get the point as we're trailing 22-7. Wait a second. Okay.
Yeah, Parker went up, found a little opening in the middle of the defense. She's really done well when she does that and just looks up and finds that space to hit it into.
And that's how Slover's hurt us. And so there was a double hit there on the Coyotes. That was on West. So she's a little disgruntled with herself, but considering she got 12 point cents on the serve. So here comes West again. And still a little discommunication there. They set up Slover and set up West, and she pounds it down in 23-8.
Yeah,
So we talked last time that the 25-11 was the worst set that the Cardinals has had this season. Oh, we get a break there, 23-9.
Yeah, it's heading down that same point total of the last set.
Yep.
So let's see if Rangel can.
When we've got the line, we've got the line we want up front there because we've got Gallant and Parker up front with Rangel or with Granados in the middle. So this is the lineup that we like seeing.
Yeah. It's now 23-10 in favor of Tatum here in set number 2. Rangel will be back to serve for the Lady Cardinals.
All right. And this time they're going to sit it over to Denny Weir and Gallant. And that time, first time, I think that's the first kill Gallant's actually had on it tonight, or maybe the second one.
Yeah, that one looked like what we're used to seeing. We had a nice set, and she came and powered it down.
And then we served the ball out of bounds, 24-11. So set point here.
Yeah, here in set number 2, we already trail 1-0 after losing that first set 25-11. It's now 24-11, and Tatum is back to serve with Miss Weir.
And Gallant hits it out for the game, and so now the Cardinals have lost 2 straight sets, both of them 25-11.
Yeah, it just hasn't looked like us. I'm not real sure what's happening. I don't know if, Tatum may have just improved that much, but Eunice just has not played the kind of volleyball that they've played all season today.
All right, let's take a quick break to hear from our sponsors.
Are you looking for a reliable and trustworthy auto shop? Check out Zia Auto Shop in Eunice. Zia Auto Shop specializes in lube and tires and accessories. They accept fleet company maintenance cards and do washing and detailing. Next time you need a dependable tire or lube service for your vehicle, Zia Auto Shop has you covered. All the services you need, call 394-0298 for all your lube, tire, and accessories. That's 394-0298. Zia Auto Shop, 1800 Main Street in Eunice, proud supporters of the Eunice Cardinals and Lady Cardinals.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
Eunice Pump.
As we're back to live action here, as the Cardinals trailed 2-0 is identical scores there of 11-25 for the first 2 sets. And this is absolutely the worst scores we've seen the Cardinals have all season.
Yeah, they have just not been able to get anything going. And, unfortunately, it started in the JV game. And now here we are in the varsity game with that similar look. So I'm not real sure. Like I said, I'm not sure if Tatum is just playing so much better today than they did the last time, or if we're just not playing the level that we're used to playing. But definitely doesn't look like the Lady Cardinals have looked all season for sure.
Well, Slover's made them pay at the net because she'll get up there and she's very aware what she's doing, and when we get somebody up there to block her, then she's pushing the ball off one side or the other, and that net awareness is making all the difference. And West for them has done the same thing.
Yeah, I was fixing to say West to me makes it tick as she gets out there, and her serves have had us on our heels, and so we're getting some of them back over the net, but they're back over the net not where we're setting Gallant and she's powering it down. We're hitting it over the net just on a scramble, and then they're able to set one of theirs like Stover and cram it down our throat. So, and there we go with the start of the third set. Starts with a Rangel serve into the net, so Tatum will start the third set with a 1-0 lead.
And Tommy Weir up there, and this time they're going to set Parker. And they had a great there, so even when we got a good spike, and Gallant back over a good set, and Gallant hits it deep, and so 2-0 in favor of the Coyotes. So even when we got the set, we weren't able to execute it. And okay, that time Gallant gets it. They block her at the net, but the ball stays on the Coyote side, so point and serve goes over to the Cardinals.
Yeah,
and Patron in to serve. Sorry.
Caitlin drove that ball right down into the defense, and so it trapped it in between the net and her arms, gave us the point. Patron comes on to serve, and Garrett comes in back at the front.
Well, playing it off the net there, Hobbs is going to go over and back again to Caballero, and you don't want to see your back row being the one hitting the third shot. And okay, that one there is Jenny Weir, and she hits it into the net, and so 2-2, and I think that was the last time it was tied in the first two sets was 2-2.
I believe that's correct. So here's a serve from Patron for the Lady Cards.
And goes over to West. And that time Gallant powers it off of Jenny Weir's hands, and West tried to pick it up but couldn't. So 3-2 in favor of the Cardinals. Hey, a lead.
Yes, it's
Let's
nice
turn this
to
around.
see us out front here, and Patron's still back to serve.
Well, maybe they've learned and they're keeping that ball on the same side. And so, hey, we get another point as the Coyotes hit it into the net on the second shot, trying to set it up.
Well, you know, in that first matchup, Eunice won the first two sets, you know, fairly easily. And then the third and fourth set swung and went the other way for the visiting team. And so maybe that'll be the MO tonight. I sure hope so.
And, okay, they set Gallant up, and Gallant goes about 3 yards deep this time.
Yeah, not quite as deep as that last one. Eunice decides to take a timeout and talk about it here with a 4-3 lead in set number 3. And so, you know, like I was saying, hopefully we'll kind of follow that same pattern that we followed last week when the two teams faced off against each other. Eunice got out to a 2-0 lead, just like Tatum is here tonight. And then Tatum come roaring back and won the next two games and tied it up and forced that fifth game. So maybe the Cardinals can get their head on straight here and battle back into this one.
Well, that's what we got to hope. And we want to thank our sponsors here. We have a Quick Time City of Eunice, Eunice Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Eunice Pump and Supply, Cardinal Hardware, Parker Energy, and the Parkers are sitting right next to us, and Zia Automotive. And really, it's Wes and Slover who are really making us pay tonight. So, you know, it looks like they may have adjusted that to a little bit, so they're not playing as tight to the fence, to the net, when one of those two is coming up to spike it.
Here comes the serve from Tatum.
All right, Hobbs sets Gallant. She gets good thing, but she drives it down. And West turns it around the other way to Patron, and we're not able to handle it. So they get 3 good, set up West, and she converts.
Yeah, so
4-all.
Yeah. Tatum will be back to serve here again.
One of the 3 Weirs playing Corty. Caballeros gets it. So here comes Hobbs over to Gallant. And that time Gallant slams it through West's hands, and it drops down on the floor. So point and serve back over to the Cardinals, and this is what we needed, is stopping them from making any big runs, because that's what hurt us in both the first 2 sets, is them getting long runs.
Yeah, and Frazier served it. It's up.
And the ball comes back up here into the broadcast booth. Almost thought I was going to have to field that one.
Yeah, I think it created that short in my headset again, because whatever happened, my headset went dead.
Well, here's the play back up. So Hobbs is back over. She's going to go over to Gallant. Gallant's blocked at the net, and Hobbs is there back to pick it up. And here comes Slover. And they're saying Slover in the net, or no,
Garrett.
A 2 hit on us.
They're saying Garrett was in the net.
Okay. Oh, here's West serving again. That jump serve, we just really had a problem with it.
Yeah, see, here we are again. We're not going to get a power hit on the ball. And
yeah,
that's
we're keeping the ball in the back court. Gallant bumps it up here. Frazier's going back over to Gallant. Gallant hits it into the net, never clears it. And so Parker's going to get another point.
So that's the thing that West has done for Tatum today, is she has really kept us on our heels and kept us from really, see, here we go again. That second ball's coming from way back in the back, and then we just lob it over.
Right, and we got people in the back row. They're hitting it for the 3rd time.
Yep.
Well, that time there, we were at least backed up there, and Gallant goes over. This time she just drops it down.
See, now we can, here we go.
So we had a couple little back and forth here. Here comes Slover. And that time Gallant hits it off of their set. And Slover puts it where nobody is. And so West is going to continue to serve.
Yeah, that makes it
8-5.
Yep,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Oh, and they're saying it's in. The girls don't want called. Robbie doesn't go with the call, but the only one that really matters is the parent over there making the call.
Yeah, Robbie's shaking her head, and she's usually pretty.
That's 2 aces in a row for West. That one there actually was in. I have to agree that the other one was long because I saw the line and the ball. So,
yeah, Robbie even said that one was good.
Yep. So here on the serve, Caballeros just hits it back over. Here's Slover trying to get up. Garrett and Patron all the way from the back row coming up. And Slover puts it down on Gallant that time.
And that makes it 11-5 in favor of Tatum here in set number 3. And unfortunately, West is still serving.
And here we're back. See, again, as you said, we're playing it away from the net, and we're not getting the sets because of those serves are hers.
Looks like they called, I'm not sure if it was Garrett or Gallant, but they called one of them in the net.
Oh boy, and West is just getting on a run like she had a 12-point run in that last set, and now she's rolled off 8 in a row here.
And you can see that ball moving off the serve. It just has that kind of crazy movement in the air, almost like a curveball in baseball.
That time there, they're going to say that Combs was in the net. I'm sorry, that is Tommy Weir that was in the net, and so point and serve will come over the Cardinals. It took their air to break break West serve.
Yeah, so Eunice Caballero will get a chance to serve here.
And here's Slover at the net. And okay, Caballero gets it Hobbs and Patron, so they were able to at least handle that one, but again, and no handling it there.
Yeah, so unfortunately Eunice wasn't able to handle that one. It ends up 14-6 here in set number 3, and Tatum's Jimenez will be back to serve.
Yeah, Slover and West are beating us almost single-handedly. And again, third hit is in the back row.
She hit that one out of bounds.
Yep.
So that'll be good for Eunice. That makes it 14-7, and we'll have substitutions coming in here. Granados will be back in, and Kiki Parker will be back in. Patron will come out, and Garrett will come out. Granados will be back to serve. Eunice trailing 7-14.
Well, at least West didn't make a 12-point run that time.
That's true.
Slover's unforced error there, so now we got some sort of discussion going on between the officials.
I saw a couple of the young ladies from Tatum go over and talk to the official that was up at the net, and then the next thing you know, the two officials were making signals or motions across, and so now they're over there visiting, so I'm not real sure what happened there. While we've got a minute, thank our sponsors, Parker Energy, Eunice Health Clinic, Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, City of Eunice, Eunice Pump and Supply, and Zia Auto. Thank you guys for all that you do, and I'm not sure what's happening here, but the officials seem to be leaving the court, so I'm not sure. The coaches are being called to the middle, and one of the coaches looks like she's headed for the door, so I'm not sure what's happening. You know, earlier in this set, we talked a little bit about some of the history of Eunice Volleyball. There's not been a whole lot of high-level success, but they have had a state championship in 1996 where they went 22-2. Coach Robbie, I believe that was either her first or second year coaching. You know, that team had Tara Rhodes, Kara Lawson, Carmen Contreras, Karina Contreras, Ruby Ramos, Gentry Pierce.
The sheriff deputy just walked outside too, and they motioned him out.
Yeah, I'm not real sure what's going on here.
But it looks like she may be, I mean, we've got a bunch of people heading towards the exit where the official went, and wondering.
Maybe she wasn't feeling well or something. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happening here. But anyway, as we continue to wait, like I said, I wanted to recognize that state championship team. Eunice also had a state runner-up team in 2015 that made it to the championship, ended up losing to Texaco. It was a great game. I was at that game in the Santa Ana Star Center. Emily Whitmire, Bailey Kimball, Araya Mendoza, Chantel Orozco, Angelica Fairbrush, Haley Brito, Dominique Gonzalez, Kyla Coburn, Malie Vincent, Ide Frazier, Kennedy Caperton, Clarissa Fight, Jada Jones, and Thais Lozano. Misty Heiner and Robbie Robinson are listed here as the coaches. I was thinking that the assistant coach at that time, I don't remember whether that was a Jenny Waddell deal or what. So, and I understand there's a lot going on, but
yeah, so they're okay. They were ready to get started, and he was going to be the replacement official, and now they're I don't know, going to get a whistle.
Yeah, we'll give him a play-by-play on.
So he has a whistle. Okay.
There we go.
So there must have been the other official must have gotten ill, and so we have one of the County scorekeepers now is the second official out there, and we take that serve and we hit it right into the net, and so it's going to be 15-7 in favor of the Coyotes here in the third set as they lead 2-0.
Yeah, and I think in the transition here of different folks, they missed that last point because I show it's 15-7 as well. They updated it.
Well, I think the problem is nobody was sitting at the board there after he went to be. So the scorekeeper is now the second official.
Right.
All right. So here sets the Parker, and Park goes to the hands, and that one went off the hands of Denny Weir, and so Parker's able to get a point there, and so the serving point comes back over to the Cardinals as they trail 8-15 here in the third set.
Yeah, Kiki Parker went up on that one and was able to drive it down into the defense, and they weren't able to handle it, and so that gives a point to the Lady Cardinals, making it 8-15.
All right, so to Rangel, they're able to set here, and here comes Slover again. And so Hobbs trying to get it, slides under the net as she's trying to save that ball, and 16-8. Even in a diving stop, she can't get a break.
Yeah, she was under the net, both legs and both shoes.
Well, we got a break there. That's the first time Slover hits it into the net on the serve, and so that's one of the few mistakes we've seen the Coyotes make this afternoon.
Yeah, maybe that break in action will benefit us here. It's now 19-6 with Rangel serving.
All right, now they're going to sit over to West. And West drops it in where there isn't anybody. Gallant's there to block, and West just goes right by her.
Yeah, she hit it right down the line into that gap. Nobody was there. It's now 17-9. Coyotes serving.
All right. And that time Gallant is, and there's a double hit there. It looks like the other official is back here. She's got something to drink and not sure what was going on, but I see the other official is back in the room.
Yeah, and she's waving at folks like she's saying she's fine, and so we'll see what happens here. It's now 17-10. We'll have Patron back to serve for the Lady Cardinals.
She thought it was a cup holder, and she just dropped her water in, and it's disappeared someplace into the sign.
That's one of those wire holes in the table.
Yeah. All right, now they're going to set West at the net. Patron and Caballero. And Hobbs is hitting it back over. So again, no set. Patron's going to set it over to Hobbs, and Caballeros is hitting from the back court. And Gallant's there to block West serve and hits it into Combs, and it goes out of bounds. So 11-17 is the Cardinals trail. All right, then we got some Frazier. All right, Caballero back. Got a little bit of rally going here. Oregon going to set West again. And Patron dives to get it and hits it out of bounds. So,
yeah, Clarissa Patron really stretched out for that ball. It was a well-hit ball coming across court, and she just wasn't able to control it. So that makes it 11-18 in favor of Tatum here in set number 3.
And that was another one of those things where West was putting it where we weren't.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As I said, they're going to set Gallant backwards there. And this time there, the little miscommunication there on the Coyotes' part.
Yeah, Eunice now back within 6 here in set number 3. And Arissa Frazier will be back to serve. 12-18 Tatum.
Well, this is the first time they've got above 11 points tonight. So this is hopefully, there we go. That's what it is. So Combs goes to spike that one, and she hits it, runs right into Gallant, and Gallant's ball just pounds down. And so I think that's the first time we've seen that really happen for us tonight. All right, here comes Hobbs to set Gallant, and Gallant is out. Well, she's getting closer. That one just barely missed the line.
Yeah, we went from the football stadium to 5 yards out. So now we're about 6 inches out.
Yeah.
It's now
wow, West
14.
served it into the net. It's the first.
It's now 14-19 in favor of Tatum. We'll have Caballero back to serve. We'll see if we can get something going. We're within 5.
And we got a break there. It said so. West wasn't able to get her serve in, and okay, 4 hits on that side, and 19-15.
Yeah, Eunice is clawing back into this. And once again, this kind of has a resemblance of that first game, just opposite teams.
Yep. 19-16.
And 19-16. See if Caballero can keep it going here.
Yep. And there's Combs, and Combs gets it up. She's over to Rangel. And Rangel, instead of trying to spike it, she does get the smart move that time and just gets it backwards. And
Eunice is now within 2. Tatum's gonna call a timeout and talk about it. Eunice has clawed all the way back within 2 here.
And let's take a quick break here.
Public Schools is proud of their Eunice Cardinals, the Eunice community, and the staff of Eunice Schools. Eunice Public Schools has anchored itself as an integral part of the Eunice community and takes school safety very seriously. Eunice Schools have continually provided a quality education for the students of Eunice through good times and bad. The Eunice School District appreciates the Eunice community, and they're proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Eunice is on the move. Are you?
All right, back to live action here as Caballero continues to serve. They're only down by 2 points.
Yeah, they made a rally, and they're on the comeback here. Let's just see if we can keep it going. It's 17-19 Tatum.
This is the closest we've seen a set tonight, and this one they're going to go over to Combs. Combs isn't quite the same as Slover. Okay, now they're setting Slover again. That one went off of Garrett, and that time Rangel gets it over in the corner, and 19-18, down by 1.
Yeah, we've actually seen them be able to make that first pass and then actually set the ball up on the net, and so Rangel was able to take advantage of that and drive it in for a point. It's now 18-19.
And there's Slover again.
You know, she's really good at, she hits it pretty hard, but she's also really good at going up and finding that little dink into the open space.
Yeah, Garrett was up there to block her, and she just went to the side of her.
Jimenez is back to serve for Tatum.
All right, we're still hitting from the back row again. Here comes the set to Slover. It's over the net, and Slover's there to block it. Got a little rally going here. So Hobbs goes over, and now they're going to set Slover again. And Slover hits it down into the net.
It makes it 20-19 in favor of Tatum, and we'll have Granados and Parker coming back into the game for the Lady Cardinals. Granados will be back to serve. Eunice only trailing by 1. Let's see if she can get something going. She's been a pretty strong server for us this year.
Yeah. Okay, slower into this is going to go Parker. Parker's going to go. And Parker gets it in. When she hasn't gone hard, she's had more success.
Kiki Parker uses that left hand to tie up the ball game there. It's now 20-20. Granados continues to serve for the Cardinals.
And Slover tries to dink it, and that time it came back. She didn't get it over the fence, so she tried to get too fine in it. And the Cardinals have the lead for the first time.
Yeah, they've trailed the whole time, and they now take the lead, 21-20.
Okay, Hobbs is going to set Rangel. And so back over, so here's Hobbs to set Parker. And Parker gets that one in, 22-20.
Yeah, Kiki Parker once again went up with that left hand, found that little cross-court shot. Tatum had shifted over to this side, thinking that she was going to spank it right out in the middle, and she just touched it down the line, giving Eunice a 22-20 lead, and Tatum decides they want to talk about it here in set number 3.
Well, we do see some, if they didn't have the mask on, but if you look at West there, she's looking a little tuckered out there.
Yeah, they played a great first 2.5 sets, and now Eunice has kind of woke up, or they've gotten tired, one or the other, but they've clawed back into this thing, and Eunice has got a chance to win this third set and then make a match out of this thing.
Yep. All right, Granados back to serve again as the Cardinals lead 22-20 here in the third set. And that time Slover hits it out of bounds, so we're starting to see a number of unforced errors on the Coyotes' part, which we didn't see in the first couple of sets.
Well, and that's how we looked the first 2 sets. So it's now 23-20. Granados with another serve.
And Parker blocks the net that time. Back to West, and going to set Slover again. So Granados and Hobbs just going to play it over. Oh, and Slover that time does what she does and just dinks it over to the side. And so now 21-23, and the serve will go back over to the Coyotes as we've got Kanya Combs serving. Oh, and Slover goes to put it over, and she messes up. So now it is set point for the Cardinals, 24-21 here in the third set.
Yeah, we'll have Faith Hobbs back to serve, and her serve is going to sail over the net into the Coyotes' hands. Jimenez with the set.
And Granados was there for Slover. Oh, and that time, so now we finally get the thing as 25-21 as the Cardinals are able to take the third set and keep tonight alive as they come back strong and take the lead.
Yeah, Eunice wins that third set. It kind of has a resemblance of that first night where Tatum lost the first 2 sets and then comes back to win the next 2 and went down to the wire. So we'll see if the Lady Cardinals can do the same thing here.
Yeah, we just got to see if they can keep this momentum alive because they have not been able to do that so far this evening. But let's hear from our sponsors.
Cardinal Hardware is your complete lumber yard with reasonable prices and outstanding service. When you need hardware or lumber, think of Cardinal Hardware. When you need great accommodations that feel like home, think of Oil Patch Motel in Eunice. Cardinal Hardware and Oil Patch Motel in Eunice, another proud sponsor of all Lee County sports and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County Athletics.
Eunice Public Schools is proud of their Eunice Cardinals, the Eunice community, and the staff of Eunice Schools. Eunice Public Schools has anchored itself as an integral part of the Eunice community and takes school safety very seriously. Eunice Schools have continually provided a quality education for the students of Eunice through good times and bad. The Eunice School District appreciates the Eunice community, and they're proud of their Eunice Cardinals. Eunice is on the move. Are you ready?
The Eunice Clinic is proud to support the Eunice Cardinals. Go Cardinals! You're the pride of Eunice. The Eunice Health Clinic offers many of the same basic services that many local physicians provide.
All right, we're back to live action here, and so we had to shut the Eunice Clinic down there a second, but well, it's the Coyotes lead 2-1, so let's see if the Cardinals can get this going the same way. Because what we saw that last time was a little bit more finesse on the part of the Cardinals. I would start this off, and we'll see how it goes. Here's West on the other side, and West pounds it down. And point and serve goes back over to the Coyotes. Yeah, tell me Weir serving for the Coyotes. Hobbs is going to set Kiki. And that time Keek goes over, but they're able to play it off of it. Here comes over to West the other side, and West hits it out long. So we've seen a number of errors here by Slover and West that we didn't see in the first two sets.
Yeah, that now makes it, according to the scoreboard, 1-1 here. I was thinking it was 2-1, but it says 1-1, so we'll go with that. Here in set number 4, Tatum up 2-1, and we'll have Rangel back to serve for the Lady Cardinals.
Slover, the set here is going to West, and West in the Gallant, and Gallant gets trapped against the net and hits it 3 times, and got to let somebody else hit it in between.
Yeah, she swung at it 3 straight times, and unfortunately 3 of those is an out. So it goes over to the other side. We'll have number 5 for Tatum, Miss Weir serving, and here comes the serve.
And she has a knuckleball there, so you get West, who serves that line drive with a top spin, and then you've got Weir, who serves a knuckleball. So Hobbs going to set Parker, and Parker's blocked at the net, but Caballero's there to back her up. And here comes Combs. So it's going to Granados. Granados just pops it over. They set over to West.
Oh, they called Parker in the net, so that'll make it 3-1 in favor of Tatum.
Wow.
Miss Weir will be back to serve again.
Parker's been having a problem with that recently, but I didn't see that one, so And for that time, Gallant on the off pass is able to drop it in and get the point, and the serve will go back to the Cardinals as they trail 2-3 here.
Yeah, I think they thought that Hobbs was just going to knock it over the net, and she hit it back, and so all Tatum's defense had shifted. So Patron will be back to serve.
And goes over to West. Frazier goes to Garrett. Now they're serving Combs, and they block Combs, but able to keep the ball in play. Patron Gallant, that says Hobbs that goes over. Got a nice little rally here as Combs is going to set up. They're going to go backwards to West. And they're going to set Gallant. And that time Gallant finds the back corner is that Corty Weir missed the ball.
Yeah, that makes it 3-3 now. So Eunice has tied it up. Patron's still serving.
And this is what we wanted to see. So now it's back over to Combs. And Combs pounds it in, and so the point and serve will go back to the Coyotes. And oh boy, look at who's going back to the line to serve.
Yeah, we'll have West back to serve, and we'll see if either she's got tired or if the Lady Cardinals have figured this out.
Well, that time she got it over the net, so. And there's Slover pounding it back down.
When West is serving, Slover gets big shots because of the way she serves. A lot of those balls come over the net real slow. They're able to set her, and Slover's able to take advantage of it.
Yep. And there's that line drive of hers again. And this time we're going to set over to Combs. And Hobbs hits that one way out of bounds. And now what we didn't want to see was Wes up there making a run of it.
Yeah, it's now 6-3 in favor of Tatum. West continues to serve.
And that one she serves just a little out, and there was one like that earlier that got called in.
Yeah, that one was a little long. She looks to me like she's getting a little tired. She's not getting quite as high off the floor as she was in that first and second set.
Gallant gets a block there, and they bring it back. Here's Garrett going up. And okay, between Garrett and Hobbs there, they get a nice little set and a point going back over to the Coyotes.
Yeah, that's one of those balls that we've talked about that gets hung up on the net and just spins down it and happened to fall on our side. So it's now 6-5 with Frazier serving.
And there's Slover. And Gallant tries to go. Gallant runs over Hobbs trying to get to it, but hits it into the net. I don't think I'd have want to been Hobbs on that one.
Yeah, it's now 7-5 in favor of Tatum, and Tatum's Jimenez will be back to serve. Her uncle and I used to work for the state police together many years ago.
All right, Strong is going to put Caballero back. Weir. A little rally here, and let's see if we can sit. Oh, they're going to come backwards to Gallant. And West that time probably should have let that one go because that was going to be way deep, but she made the try, and so we'll take the point.
Yeah, it's now 7-6 in favor of Tatum, and Caballero will be back to serve.
And she got us a run the last set, so let's hope that that continues. All right, here's going to set over to Rangel. And it's going to go over to Combs. And that one falls in the back corner. So now we're going to have a tie ball game here, 7-7 in the fourth set.
That was a nice shot there by Rangel.
Yep.
She could have hit it another time, but she went up, realized the defense had all rotated up, and she hit it to that back corner.
Yep. Well, little serve going here, and Caballeros hits it out of bounds. So it's going to be 8-7, and serve go back over to the Coyotes, and Combs will be serving for the Coyotes. And you look at West is looking a little tired.
Yeah, I think that jump serve, it's kind of like a jump shooter in basketball. When those legs get tired, the shot goes, and it's kind of looking that way for her serve.
All right, going to set over to Rangel. And they're able to keep it in play. So here's going to set.
Called it for that double hit.
Yep.
You know, it's, yeah. So it's now 9-7 in favor of Tatum. And number 14, Miss Combs, will be back to serve for the Coyotes.
And you're right about that. Jump serve does take a lot more energy out of you. Oh, boy. And Rangel gets a set over in that, and the girl just reaches out her arm, and it finds its way back over the net, and they get the point. I mean, man, when even the luck is going against you.
Yeah, that's now 10-7 in favor of Tatum, with Miss Combs still serving.
I mean, she just stuck her arm out, and it bounced back over because Gallant had put so much on it. All right, backcourt. Here's going to be Frazier set Rangel. I mean, Hobbs setting Rangel. And that was Slover, and are they going to keep it in play? Yeah, so Hobbs gets it going. So set Slover again. And Garrett goes up the block, and Slover just dunks it over her head.
Yeah, that seems to be her go-to move. She's really good at finding that little open space and just bumping it over the top.
She's just a great court awareness because she comes up to the net, she sees what's going on, and she plays it off of them instead of just trying to use pure power.
Years ago, Tatum had a young lady by the last name of Medlin, Abby Medlin, that used to be really good at that. she would beat a lot of teams by herself because she could just find that and jump up there in the air and look and find the spot and hit it right where she needed to.
All right,
It's now
11-8.
11-8 in favor of Tatum, and Granados is back to serve. Weir hits it over, and Caballero returns it.
And Slover that time, she uses the power on that play and sees the open corner and drives it. Slover serving now for the Coyotes.
Makes it 12-8 in favor of Tatum here in set number 4. Slover will be back to serve.
Well, the one thing the Cardinals doing is stopping the Coyotes from making a run at it, and that's what's hurt them the first 2 sets.
That's true.
So we've been getting some breaks here, and all right, they're going to set Parker again. And Parker and West go at each other, and it hangs up on the net and falls down on the Coyote side, but they're able to save it and put it back over, and Hobbs and Rangel can't make a play on it.
Yeah, that makes it 13-8 in favor of Tatum, and Eunice decides to talk about it and calls a timeout. While we've got a minute, we'll go through our sponsors again. We've got Parker Energy, Brett and Penny Parker, the Parker family. They're sitting over here beside us at the game. We've got Kiki out here playing. We appreciate all you do. Eunice Health Clinic, Leanne Reeves, Elma Romero, Aaron Pascal, Nikki Blevins, Brian Henning, and so many more that'll want to whoop me when I see them next time and say, what about me? Let's see here. We've got the Eunice Public Schools, Cardinal Hardware, City of Eunice, Eunice Pump and Supply, Becky Nogelmeyer and staff, Zia Otto, the Whitmire family, Chris Myers, Ashley Davis, Miss Ortega, all down there at the hardware store. Thank you so much, and I hope you guys are doing well today in your race, wherever it is that you're at. I know that it's a big day for you guys, so here we go.
All right, and here's Slover back over it. And Slover has that jump serve also. Well, a couple of dives there on the Coyotes, and they keep it going, so Hobbs is going to set Rangel off of somebody's hands up there, but they keep it alive, and a double hit on the Coyotes, and so 13-9, and the Cardinals have got no quit.
Yeah, they're still hanging in this game with Faith Hobbs back to serve. Eunice trailing 9-13.
Well, West, we had a little exchange of things there, and West went them, and that time there, she gets it against Parker's looking at it, and she's like, man, I couldn't get to her.
Yeah, it's now 14-9 in favor of Tatum. Tatum will be back to serve.
And Tommy Weir, one of 3 Weirs out playing tonight. So, and that time Hobbs not only slides on the net, hits the ball under the net.
Yeah, so it's now 9-15 with Miss Weir back to serve again.
And Hobbs is able to play that off the net, so that was good. And that time the center, I mean, she did a good job, Devin Jimenez, and she just kind of hit it outside, hit it backwards and out of bounds. But she's been given some great sets tonight. She's been key up there at that net.
Yeah, she's done a really good job serving for him. Her daddy's sitting over in the corner. He works for the Lee County Sheriff's Department. He's probably a proud papa. She's had some brothers and sisters that were phenomenal athletes here the last couple of years. They had her brother was the star basketball player for the Tatum boys in that state championship there in 2019. And Dad was the coach / assistant, I think. He's sitting over there in the corner.
All right, 16-10 in favor of the Coyotes here in the 4th set. They set over to Gallant, and they're not able to handle it. So Gallant gets the kill on that one, 16-11.
Yeah, Caitlin was able to get up and put that ball right where we needed at that time, give us a point and keep us in this ball game. Eunice trails by 5. Patron will be back to serve for the Lady Cardinals.
And there's Coleman and Gallant, and they play a little patty cake there. The ball goes back and forth between them. And they're going to set West up. Here's Garrett. Good rally going here. Garrett again. So the Hobbs is going over Gallant. Gallant gets it off somebody's hands there, but they're able to keep in play, and it doesn't come down the net. And so 16-13. Cardinals down by 3. Patron still serving.
I think it's 16-12. He accidentally hit that one
Yeah, it is
extra
12.
time there.
You're right. I liked it 16-13 better.
Yeah, me too.
Oh,
Galan
and
hits that one a little long. That's going to make it 17-12 here. And unfortunately for the Lady Cardinals, here comes Miss West back there to serve. And she did not jump, so I am certain that the legs are getting a little tired.
yep. And that time, Gallant is able to make them pay for it, and she puts it down where there isn't anybody. And that was West's spot, and she couldn't get up to play it. So she's definitely dragging there.
Yeah, she played an amazing first 2.5 sets, and I think she's getting tired.
And there's Stover. They're going to set her again. And this time she burns it down in 18-13 in favor of the Coyotes. And Jimenez is going back to serve now. Boy, that ball just kind of dinks over, and Slover makes them pay. Gallant is there at the net, and Slover makes them pay as she has so many times tonight. Yes. 19-13.
Slover's just so good at that little soft shot where she finds the opening, and she did it again there. Jimenez back to serve for Tatum.
It's just the awareness of where you're at and seeing who's against you. Here's Gallant goes up, and that time that is off of Slover, but the ball falls down in, and so Cardinals are going to get the point.
Yes, 19-14, and we'll have Caballero back to serve for the Lady Cardinals. We need a run, and maybe she's the one to do it here.
Well, she's done it for us before, so. And Combs up there. And Rangel. And this time they're going to set Slover. And this time Slover goes off of Garrett's hands and Garrett off of Patron's hands.
Yeah, so that makes it 20-14 in favor of Tatum. And number 14, Cayenne Combs, will be back to serve.
All right, they set Rangel on the other side. And a good try there as they're looking at it, and Frazier comes running up from the back row to try and get that one about 2 feet deep off the net.
Yeah, it's now 14-21, and Combs continues to serve for Tatum. Eunice is going to take a timeout here. I think this is it's kind of that last chance. Eunice needs a big run here, or Tatum's going to finish this one off, and so it's a good timeout by Coach Robinson.
Yeah, they were getting, they were keeping it close, and they got that run going, so it was like trying to ice them a bit.
Yeah. So we've got football coming up Friday night over in Loving, and big game is because Eunice, that'll be their last game within their, I don't even know what they're calling them anymore, district conference. They've shifted everything around this year to make it a little different, but we've got that coming up. We can probably talk some more after the game about it, but Tatum is back out on the court after the timeout with Combs to serve.
Well, the JV team lost in two straight sets tonight, and they had not, they'd only lost one set all season, and they hadn't been defeated all season. And there's Slover down again. She goes off of Garrett and gets another point, 22-14.
Yeah, the JV team just couldn't get anything going today. They just didn't look like themselves, and kind of like the varsity did the first 2 sets. And if they had been playing one of those 3-set best of 3, it might have been like that for the varsity, but they've clawed back in here after a little bit.
And that time there, that is Sanchez that does that and hits it into Rangel, and the ball stays on net, and 23-14.
And Combs still serving for Tatum.
Well, keeping it alive. And I hate to even say the name, Slover again.
Yeah, she went up and really spanked that one right into the middle of giving Tatum the 24-14 lead. If Tatum gets this last point, it'll be over.
Yes. We got set and match point right here. Rangel goes over. She's able to set it up. And guess who? Slover. This time the Cardinals keep it alive and going. And they back set to Slover again, and that is game as 25-14 as Slover gets the game point.
Yeah, she really hit that one hard, finished it off for us, or for Tatum, and so now Tatum wins this match 3-1. And so after Eunice beat Tatum in the first match of the year, Tatum comes back and gets their revenge here at home.
Yeah, and taking 3 of the 4 sets. So it was, with the exception of that the third set, the Cardinals just really couldn't get anything going tonight here. It looked early in this 4th set that they were going to be able to pull it together, and then, boom, it just got away from them again.
Yeah, it just didn't look like themselves tonight. A lot of unforced errors, a lot of mistakes, and so, unfortunately for the Lady Cardinals, they fall now. That's three matches that they've lost this year, and so I think in district, that leaves them in a second-place tie with Tatum.
Yep.
And Hagerman is out in front, and so it's going to make for an interesting finish here in the way they do things. So, just a rough night for the Cardinals. Cardinals JV, Cardinals varsity all had a rough night tonight, and we'll shake it off and go home, and I guess you and I will get ready for some football tomorrow night.
Yeah, we're going to be at Loving tomorrow night for football, and we'll see what happens. As you were saying earlier, as Loving has been mercied both of the games that they played this year, and so the way that this it's all going to be based on ranking, it still looks like, as far as for the state championship. Eunice got to put a game on tomorrow night.
Yeah, Loving lost that first game 55-0 early in the third quarter to Jow, and to the second game they lost 50-0 in the third quarter to Hagerman, and so and now Eunice is going to go down there. I'm hearing that the goal is to rest some of the main players, especially some of the minor injuries and things that we've got going on, and that they will try to rest some of those folks and let some of the others play. The only thing that worries me with that is that plus-minus differential in the max preps. I noticed this week Tatum has won Texaco, who was in third place, has won all their games by at least 50 points. They jumped us in the rankings. They went to 1, and we just stayed at 2. And so we need to stay where we're at and take care of business these last couple of weeks if we want a chance to play in that, I guess you would call it the state championship matchup for the bowl part.
Yeah, so they're going to use kind of the BCS, at least it still looks like they're going to use the BCS method, so it's just going to be the 1 and 2 ranked teams in the state playing for the championship instead of, the typical process. So,
well, and up until yesterday, they were saying that was going to happen, but they were also saying that no team could play another team from a different region of the state. So if number 1 was in the Farmington area and number 2 was down here in Lee County, the 2 teams could not go play each other. And so now, as of I think it was yesterday or the day before, Sally Marquez made an announcement saying now they're going to let teams from different regions play each other. So fortunately for us, it keeps us in the mix. I don't know whether they're going to call that a state championship or not. If whoever wins, I'm not sure. I don't know if they get a plaque to put on the wall. I'm not sure. But
well, if they don't allow cross areas to go, I don't know how you'd call it a state championship. You'd call it a regional championship or something. Now, but if they allow us to go out of region to play, then 1 and 2 you could call it a state championship.
Yeah, I guess you could. Now, whether you will, I don't know. Like I said, once again, if you have a team playing from let's say Tularosa ends up going undefeated in our class. I know they lost a game to Hatch, but I believe Hatch is the class above us. If they go undefeated, Texaco goes undefeated, and we go undefeated, but yet the rankings have one of us 1 and one of us 2, and then those 2 play each other, does that other undefeated team have a chance at the end to end up leapfrogging one of the others in the rankings?
What do they do at the BCS?
I know, that's
it's
what
just
I'm
the
saying.
BCS that just, it doesn't matter. That ranking is the only thing that matters in the BCS, and that's maybe what we're stuck with. And I think they'll give a state, I don't know for sure, but I think they'll give a state championship. These kids have suffered enough, and so if you play good ball, if you're good in a sport, I think that they should be awarded.
I there's a lot of stuff I think, but that doesn't mean that the government thinks the same way. So with that said, I know today's my anniversary. I've got my wife sitting here in front of us, and I don't know how she puts up with me, but she did, and she came over here today to watch some volleyball just so that we could get up and leave from here and maybe go eat something for our anniversary. So
so I should keep you on the air for another 10 minutes or so. No.
Thank you, everyone, for listening and being with us tonight. Steve Mueller and Jimmy Jones, thank you, everyone. We'll visit with everybody Friday night.
All right, and a happy anniversary to you. Good night, everybody. Be safe.